Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, was impeached yesterday. And today the President is expected to nominate a new Deputy President. By yesterday, according to my sources, the list had narrowed down to 3 individuals. Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Kimani Ichung'wah, the majority leader in the National Assembly, and Musalia Mudavadi, the Prime Cabinet Secretary. The name of Kimani Ichung'wah was being pushed very hard by the members of parliament because members of parliament believe, especially from the mountain, that Kimani Ichung'wah is the only one who can now manage to deal with Rigathi Gachagua down there. And of course, there were also those who were feeling that Mudavadi should be nominated because the mountain is now done and dusted with William Ruto. But William Ruto feared the backlash from the mountain. So from all indications and from the sources, the person who is likely to be named is Professor Kithure Kindiki. And then, according to the plan, Kimani Ichung'wah is going to be appointed as the Cabinet Secretary for Interior. But the only fear William Ruto has is a by-election in the mountain. Because if you were to lose that, that would send a wrong signal. I know some of you are asking about Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi and Ruto are done completely. But I'm also told that the next person who is likely to be removed is the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula. So we'll be following those developments and revealing them to you on this platform. And that's why I keep on reminding you that in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for the new Deputy President to be appointed, I want to talk about something which happened yesterday in Karen. We all know that Rigathi Gachagua disappeared from the Senate. And later, Rigathi Gachagua was reported to have been admitted in Karen Hospital. So members of parliament and his allies joined him in Karen. And that's where they got the news of his impeachment. Actually, that's where they were watching it. And most of them broke down. Particularly, the former party member of parliament, Kimani Ngunjiri. Kimani Ngunjiri has always told us that him, Ndindi Nyoro, Ruto, Gachagua, Rachel Ruto, and Dorcas, the 5 of them, were the only people who made the decision for Rigathi Gachagua to be nominated. So I can understand his pain. The other person who broke down was the Githunguri member of parliament, Honorable Gathoni Wamuchomba.
It's very unfortunate that the deputy president is overwhelmed, and I guess that's why he's here, because he's completely crushed. We've not been able to have any conversation with him or even to see him properly, because we came in when the doctors were at it, and therefore we may not be able to talk about his medical status right now. But I'm sure you have heard from even the people who saw him come in. Things were a little bit heavy on him. Yeah, so we just came here to just support the family and support his workers, his support staff. They are really crushed, and we are hoping and praying that he's going to come out of it.
You don't sit in the Senate, but you've just seen what has happened in the Senate. Maybe a sentiment on this as the Deputy President is still in this facility.
Mwana muciare ndateagwo ona ngihitia ndahuragwo aroretio na thome ahuragwo aroretio na githaku muthenya athire kanitha Karen ukihoywo ni mutungatiri witagwo Wairimu Nelson akirira muno ariraga ni ruo ruria onetio na maundu maria ekitwo ruo ruru rwatumaga President Ruto arire ni ruo ruratuma turire na tutirarira ni kwenda turarira ni ruo.
In this video, I want us to analyze the objective of those tears. Before we do that again, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. And the best way you can also support this channel is by giving it thumbs up, dropping your comments, and of course, if you want, and of course, you can also just share the video to your WhatsApp and any other platform. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think emotions were very high? And by the way, I'm trying to follow the reaction from the mountain, and I'm not seeing people demonstrating. I'm not seeing people are just gloomy, but you're not seeing people coming out. Is that a sign of defeat? Let us not get into that. Why do you think emotions were so high in Karen, and especially amongst those political players? Number one, it is very strategic. They want to whip ethnic emotions. In fact, that's why William Ruto, in his own wisdom, will have to appoint someone from the mountain to replace Rigathi Gachagua. Because if that will not happen, the Kikuyu nation will hate William Ruto until I don't know when. And that's why, for example, when Wamuchomba was speaking in English, she was just okay. And when she turned to vernacular, tears were flowing freely. It's about whipping the ethnic emotions. Good for them politically, but bad for the country in the long run. I'm actually going to be very keen on the choice of William Ruto, new deputy president, and the way that new president will be received in the mountain, and of course, how that new deputy president is also going to manage the expectations of the people of the mountain. Because William Ruto made a promise to the mountain that he was not going to allow his deputy to be sabotaged, to be frustrated. He has done worse than that by sending him home while he's actually in hospital. That's number one. Number two, I think deep down in their hearts, they were pains of regret. Some of these guys really campaigned for Ruto, especially one man called Kimani Ngunjiri. Kimani Ngunjiri was the first member of parliament who led a delegation of Kikuyu elders to cross some river there to Sugoi. Kikuyu elders. By that time, Uhuru Kenyatta was the president. So they successfully managed not to listen to Uhuru Kenyatta. They removed Uhuru Kenyatta as the kingpin of the mountain. And now, the person they placed in office is also removing one of their own from office. Tell me, if you are one of those guys, if you do not regret. So the thing is, it's regret. These guys are regretting why they campaigned so hard for William Ruto, who at the end of the day is actually just mistreating them, in quotes, worse than Uhuru Kenyatta treated them. Because if you were to ask Kimani Ngunjiri the sin Uhuru Kenyatta committed, they'll simply tell you he entered into handshake with Raila Odinga. What about Ruto? Ruto has not only entered into handshake with Raila Odinga allies have been appointed to key strategic positions in cabinet. So if that's not middle finger, what is it? Number 3, I think these guys were also feeling the shame of failing to heed to the advices of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta warned the mountain against William Ruto. He told them, no, these things are unfolding right in their eyes. They are in shame. They can only express it through those tears. And I'm also convinced, number 4, is that these guys are also not believing that they've actually been used and are being dumped. So the tears, one layer, yeah, tears flowing freely in the eyes of these guys is because they feel that the Kikuyu nation has been used and dumped, and there is nothing, absolutely nothing they can do about it. And lastly, politics of betrayal. Ladies and gentlemen, these leaders feel betrayed. And let me end it there. And I want to ask you this simple question. What do you think Rigathi Gachagua is going to do after this impeachment? Because if you look at it critically, if he's not careful, he will be out of politics for 10 good years. That's what the law states. You can't be appointed, you can't hold any public position, you can't be elected anything for 10 good years. And those years huwa zinakimbia haraka sana. Sonko was impeached. Time is running. It's already almost halfway. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.